very worst moments in politics on the internet, captured in video form, known as the Cringies. Yeah, there it is. And our first contestant is Marjorie Taylor Greene, comparing flights of the future that run on electricity to, that's right, slave ships.
Air Canada, get this, has ordered 30 electric airplanes. Yeah, electric airplanes. So we were joking around and we were talking, how is there an electric airplane and what does that look like? So we were just making fun and thinking about, remember back a long time ago and you've seen movies where people in those slave ships and they're down there and they're rowing and they're being whipped to row? We're saying, how are they going to keep powering these electric airplanes? What are they going to have? It's like a spin class in a tube where they've got everybody riding spin cycles, and then those mean, nasty airline stewardess that force you to wear masks all the time on the planes back when we were forced to wear masks. Are they going to be forcing you to like keep spinning to keep the airplane in the air?
What if Peloton was just a scam to get people to make electricity for free?
That would be great. I would love that.
That's my conspiracy theory. Spread that one around the internet chat. She's a special one.
She's special. She did the classic thing where, like, as comics, you know, when a bit isn't quite developed and it definitely is falling flat, you pivot to a different metaphor. So she was like, you know, like back first of all, she believes history, like the history of slavery, is like you see in the movies when someone's been whipped, like, oh, that's cute.
I mean,
this is
I know that she said slave ship, then she said row, and then in the back of my head, I'm like, well, that's not the slave ship. I was thinking about, oh, you talking about them Roman, you talking about that Judah Ben-Hur. You talking about some of that Mediterranean ship. Okay, you talking about Mediterranean slavery. See, I thought you was talking transatlantic slavery. See, you got to be more specific with the setup. Like, that's, the comic in me is like, no, you're not enough information. You got to give the right business.
But then she pivots to being like, I mean, is it going to be like a spin class, you know? And then the mean airline stewardesses, which is amazing that, again, Republicans will put the oppression of having to wear a mask in the same sentence as like talking about slavery, and just like, you know, how. So that's our number one.
Okay.
Number two, Herschel Walker, in preparation for his debate with Senator Raphael Warnock, just setting everyone up for maybe.
When is that debate? When is that debate? Motherfucker, I'm live tweeting.
I'm super excited too. I don't even know. I know that Fetterman and Oz is sometime early October. I assume it's early. Maybe Chat can help us out with that. Yeah. Or page behind the scenes, let us know when that is. But here's what he's saying. He's
October 14th. Thank you, Chat.
Thank you. In case you didn't know, just if he doesn't do well, Herschel wants you to know he's not that smart.
So I'm preparing. I'm this country boy. You know, I'm not that smart. And he's that preacher. He's a smart man, wear these nice suits. So he's going to show up and embarrass me at the debate October the 14th. And I'm just waiting. You know, I'll show up and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best.
Motherfucker pulled an 8 Mile. I am dumb. I do live in a trailer with my mom. Raphael Warnock is a preacher, and he did have sex with Cheddar Bob and shot him in his leg. Like, it's a smart move. Smart move, Hirsch.
He remembered the date, though. October 14th. He said it right there. So
God, I've never heard a football player who sounds like an ex-boxer before. With respect to ex-boxers.
Yeah, you know what, Herschel, here, I've defended Herschel Walker in just the fact that I think he actually sounds more like Trump than anyone, because it's like, you know, strung together phrases and brain droppings that you kind of like, you take like a step back, very like speaks like a Monet painting, like, all right, like I get it on a grand scheme, but what individually you're not making any sense. So I defend him by saying Trump speaks the same way. But
Warnock has to switch his fighting style, because what I'm being legitimately serious. What Herschel is doing right now is dressing down intelligence and what civility actually looks like. And he got this little shiny suit and that's just positioning us versus him, and Warnock looking like the establishment, which Warnock, as it plays right now, plays right into that. He is eloquent. He does know policy. He does dress sharp. He is out there in the streets with the people. Warnock need to show up. This is like Rocky 3, when Clubber Lang beat the shit out of Rocky, and he had to go train with Apollo Creed and learn a different fighting style. Warnock has to change his style against Herschel Walker. He has to wear overalls. He has to talk in sentence fragments. And I'm just like
actually chewing some wheat.
They already think we all look alike. Warnock, fucking dress like Herschel. Put on a fucking blazer from Men's Warehouse with an Under Armour shirt.
This is going to be like the final scene in Grease, R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John, you know, where they each come to the final and they're like dressing the way they think the other person wants them to. And then they're just going to sing together.
He's got to fight Southpaw on Herschel. Like, you cannot beat this man with policy. The people who support Herschel Walker, you think they give a fuck about your 3-point plan to bring back the economic downturn and to close the wealth gap? They don't know about that. Just say you're a country boy. You show love Waffle House, man. I can just tell y'all what, man. Y'all vote me in there.
Like, so really though, because
wear a shirt like this, some fucking flannel.
That's very nice. That's like a nice flannel. That's like
it's almost too nice. You need to wear Carhartt. You need to wear some tractor wear.
That's like you made a quilt of a bunch of hipsters. Like you beat them up for their shirts, and then you stitch together your earnings into your own shirt.
But
yeah, it's true that you're like, I think Warnock is incredibly like well-spoken. He like actually believes in working class values, like wants to help people. But how do you beat Herschel when Herschel is so dumb? I don't like, what do you say? Because you can't also make fun of him because it feels like punching down, right? And also the dude's been hit way too many times. Like, it's not fair.
The only thing that beats crazy is crazy. You cannot reason.
He's got to huff a little bit of glue before he goes in there.
I really feel like trick them into thinking you're stupid. It's the smartest thing you can do. I'm still not completely convinced that Donald Trump is stupid. He does a lot of stupid stuff, but how much of that is strategy? And I just think that Warnock has spent so much time trying to appease the Democratic voter when at the end of the day in Georgia, the tiebreaker is all them red counties that surround Atlanta.
Right.
So, just for the debate, just now, of course, the regular Democrats going to be like, what are you doing? And just be like, just chill out. Just go watch Rocky 3 and you'll know what I'm doing. Like, but hey, I don't know if, this debate makes me nervous because it's an opportunity to give Herschel fuel to just tear down Warnock more. See how you use them big words? See, that's what them politicians do. They try to confuse us using big words.
Democracy. Like what does that even mean?
Exactly.
Constitution. Oh, Constitution. That's 4 syllables. Oh, you a tough guy.
Yo, if he's not careful, he's gonna fall right into this. Because Herschel might be dumb, but I bet you the people on his campaign committee ain't.
Please watch live and do a stream on it. I would love to see your commentary.
I'm going to talk to Trevor about that because that
would be so
that might be the live stream of the ages.
Absolutely. All right, there is one more cringy that we're potentially giving out. This is Linda Paulson of Utah running for Senate. It is almost a minute long, but I think it's worth it, and you gotta just watch.
Hey, Utah District 12, listen up right here. There's a new name on the ballot for the Senate this year. My name is Linda Paulson, Republican and awesome. Love God and family and the Constitution. I tried to get another conservative to run. Nobody could do it, so I'm getting it done. I'm pro-religious freedom, pro-life, pro-police, the right to bear arms and the right to free speech. I want less government control and regulation, want to stop and expose all political corruption, whereas integrity, morality, accountability. Government programs should lead to self-sufficiency and support traditional family as the fundamental unit of society. But in schools, they're pushing for new beliefs. And just to clarify this, because there's some who can't define this, as a female adult, I know what a woman is.
Okay, that's my only problem with this clip. And
Wow.
just some people, just to clarify this, because there's some people who can't define this. Shot of Ketanji Brown Jackson, Justice Brown Jackson. But I know what a woman is. No, the rhyme is, you can't clarify. In case you want to clarify this, some people can't define this, but I know what a vagina is. That is the fucking rhyme. I'm sorry. Was that supposed to be a misdirection? But I know what a vagina is. Say it.
And I have to pick between these three of which one is the most cringeworthy.
Yes.
It's not the rap.
Oh.
The rap is bad, but that's for people who don't listen to rap, so it's harmless. I gotta go slave ship. I gotta go Rowan Ben-Hur slave ship versus transatlantic slave ship. I gotta go Marjorie Taylor. That one makes me cringe. Herschel makes me laugh, but I laugh at Herschel in the way we laughed at Trump during the primaries, like when Mike Huckabee was the front runner.
Right.
You know, like I laugh like that at Herschel, which makes me nervous that maybe I should stop laughing.
Well, Mike Huckabee didn't really end up anywhere other than,
yeah,
Newsmax, Fox for a little bit.
Listen, Mike Huckabee has a great late night show. He puts on a lot of my comedian friends and gives them the opportunities to do their jokes to millions. So I'll say that about Mike Huckabee. He's supporting stand-up.
He's an employer. Yeah. He's a job creator.
Listen, I'm trying to say something nice, so let's change the subject.
So okay, yeah, I think Marjorie for sure.
Yeah.
She's got to take a tour like this. Remember how after the Jewish space laser, she had to go to the Holocaust Museum, and she was like, "Now I understand. Hitler was not a good guy, even though he had interesting ideas." Like that's like what she got to do. She's got to tour the Civil Rights Museum.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, for all of the critical race theory battles that are going on, I'm sure they would just disavow half the stuff that's in the museum anyway, even though there's actual fucking footage of it happening. Yeah, I don't know what the punishment is for this, but I mean, she's gonna keep getting more and more sensational. That one makes me cringe the most because it was a stand-up set that was all over the place. I don't know if you guys remember the slave ships and the thing and the people, right? They got electric planes and the planes are electric. And I'm like, are you gonna be like people inside the plane rowing? It's like, come on.
What do you make of? Okay, so I say she gets the cringy for sure. We can give her the cringy, but that point of yours, this is a stand-up set. I think that's a really interesting point because I've made the comment that like Trump, I mean, it really is just like he should just be a comic doing, fucking edgelord, whatever racist humor. And the same thing you see Lauren Boebert and her whole Ilhan Omar shtick making fun of her for like, at least she didn't have a bomb or whatever it was. Like her backpack wasn't that big or something like this. Like it's all stuff I've seen at like some of the worst hat comics, like the worst open mics also, or just like, that's all
kills. It kills with that audience.
It does.
Kills. I'm telling you, man, Republicans know their audience and they know how to please them. They know how to get them out. Democrats ain't throwing rallies like that out in the forest. What Democrat just show up at a fucking shed somewhere out in the middle of a shed that seats 3,000, oddly.
But also then yeah. Who books this barn? No, that's the other thing about like Fetterman, right? People love Fetterman, but the thing that he's doing is he's just kind of doing Republican playbook tactics, like trying to dunk on his opponent using jokes, you know, making fun of how he said like whatever Wegmans or Wegners or whatever the hell grocery store he didn't Dr. Oz didn't get right, and like making fun of the crudité, which is a great strategy. But Democrats are always like you're saying, you know, we're like, okay, you rise above, you talk about your plan. You obviously, you know, don't really go for like the low hanging fruit. And, you know, I think you do have to go for the low hanging. I think you do have to like get some zingers in there, like stick the landing a little bit more, like work on the jokes, you know, punch your shit up. And when it happens, everyone gets to their feet and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like, you know, when Beto O'Rourke like told that dude that he's like, "It's serious to me, motherfucker." Everyone was like, "Woo!" You know?
Here's what politics boils down to in this country, and I'll end on this. There's more dumb people than smart people in this country.
Damn it!
Which kind of politician are you going to be to lure that contingency to the polls? You can't get both.
Right. Absolutely.
So which one? Are you a politician from a dumb state? All right, you should probably work on getting unless you can get all of the smart people, you should just get some of the apathetic people and most of the dummies. And the smart people have no choice but to come along. That's, to me, that's really what most politics boils down to. It's just, I'm going for the dummies. I'm going for the smart ones. All right, let's see who wins on election day.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do